Most people overpay for products like this. Here's why this one is different. I've seen shed prices skyrocket for something that ends up rusting or leaning after one season, but this heavy-duty metal garden shed actually holds up without breaking the bank. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. I've been testing this thing for a few months now, using it to store everything from my lawnmower to patio cushions, and honestly, it's held up way better than I expected. The first thing that stood out was the build. It's made from galvanized steel, so no flimsy plastic panels that crack in the sun. That means no worrying about wind knocking it over or rain soaking through the walls. I live in an area where storms pop up fast, and this shed has stayed dry inside even when the wind was howling outside. Size-wise, it's genuinely spacious. I fit my mower in there with room to spare, plus a few bins of tools and even a folding chair. If you've ever struggled to squeeze everything into a tiny shed, this one gives you breathing room without taking up your whole yard. The roof is pitched too, so rain and snow slide right off instead of pooling and causing leaks. I've also noticed that the design allows for good airflow, which helps to reduce moisture buildup inside. This is especially important if you're storing items that are prone to rust or mold. Weather resistance is where this shed really shines. The galvanized steel won't rust, and the seams are tight enough that I don't see any drafts when I open it up. I've also got it anchored to a concrete slab, which adds stability, something I'd recommend if you're in a windy spot. The light gray finish isn't just for looks, it reflects sunlight instead of absorbing heat, so the inside stays cooler when it's blazing out. This feature has been a game changer for me, as I can store sensitive equipment without worrying about it overheating. Another practical detail is the double doors. They're wide enough to roll a wheelbarrow through, which makes loading and unloading way easier than struggling with a narrow single door. Inside, there are pre-drilled holes for shelves or hooks, so you can customize the space to fit your gear. I added a couple of metal shelves for bins, and now everything's off the ground and easy to find. I've also installed some hooks for hanging bikes, tools, and other equipment, which has helped to maximize the storage space. Assembly was straightforward too. It came with all the hardware labeled, and the instructions were clear enough that I didn't need to call in reinforcements. Took me about 3 hours with a drill and a helper to hold pieces steady, which is pretty typical for a shed this size. If you're handy, you can probably knock it out in one weekend. One tip I would offer is to make sure you have a level surface to work on, as this will ensure that the shed is properly aligned and stable. Now, no product is perfect, so let me be honest about a couple of things. First, the floor isn't included. You'll need to lay down gravel, pavers, or a wooden base to keep moisture from seeping up. It's not a deal breaker, but it's an extra step and cost you should plan for. I opted for a gravel base, which has worked well so far. Second, while the doors seal well, if you live in a super humid climate, you might want to add some weather stripping just to be safe. This will provide an extra layer of protection against moisture and help to prevent any potential issues. All in all, this shed delivers on durability, space, and weather protection without the premium price tag you see elsewhere. It's one of those purchases where you feel like you're getting exactly what you paid for, and maybe even a little extra. I've been impressed by the quality of the materials and the attention to detail in the design. The shed is well constructed, and it's clear that the manufacturer has thought about the needs of the user. One of the things that really stands out about this shed is its versatility. It's not just limited to storing lawnmowers and patio furniture. I've used it to store all sorts of equipment, from bikes to tools, and even some outdoor toys for the kids. The shed is large enough to accommodate a wide range of items, and the customizable interior makes it easy to organize your gear. In addition to its practical uses, the shed also adds a touch of style to my backyard. If you're in the market for a no-fuss backyard organizer that actually lasts, this shed is definitely worth considering. It's a solid choice for keeping your tools, mower, and outdoor gear protected year after year. With its durable construction, spacious interior, and weather-resistant design, it's an investment that will pay for itself over time. So, if you're tired of dealing with flimsy sheds that don't deliver, check out the link below. It's a solid choice for keeping your tools, mower, and outdoor gear protected year after year.